There's another. What may not be the skull of a lawyer? Where be his quiddities now, his quillets, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks? Why does he suffer this rude knave now to knock about the sconce with the dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? This fellow might be in time a great buyer of land, with his statutes, his recognizes, his fines, his double vouchers, his recoveries. Is this the fine of fines, and the recovery of recoveries? To have his fine pat full of fine dirt? Will his vouchers vouch him no more of his purchases, and double ones too? Then no more the length and breadth of his pair of indentures? The very conveyances of his land will hardly lie in this box, and must the inheritor himself have no more?
Not a jot more, my lord.
Is not parchment made of sheepskins?
Aye, my lord, and of calfskins too.
They are sheep and calves which seek out assurance in that. I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, Syra?
Mine, sir. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made for such a guest as meet.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou wast it.
You lie out on it, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it. To be in it and say it is thine, 'tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir, roll away game from me to you.
What man thou diggest for?
For no man, sir.
What woman?
For none, neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
For one that was a woman, sir, the rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo us. By the Lord Horatio, these 3 years I've taken a note of it. The age is grown so picked that the toe of the peasant comes so near the heel of the courtier. He gaps his kyle. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days in the year, I've come to that day that our last king Hamlet overcame Fortibus.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was the very day that young Hamlet was born. He that was mad is sent into England.
Aye, Mary, why was he sent into England?
Why, because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, it's no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him there. There the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Fairly even with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark, I have been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
I'm afraid if he be not rotten before he die, as we have many pocket courts here nowadays, they will scarce hold the lying in. He will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 year.
Why he more than another?
Why, sir, his hide is so tanned with his trade that he will keep out water a whole very while, and your water is a sore decayer of your wholesome dead body. Here are skulls now. This skull has lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
Oh, for some mad fellow it was. Who do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him for a mad road. A quart of flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
And that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick! I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now, how abhorred in my imagination it is! My gorge rims at it. Here hung those lips I've kissed, I know not often not. Where be his gibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment, that were wont to set the table on a roar. Not one now to mock your own grinning. Quite chapfallen? Now get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick, to this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked this old-fashioned in the earth?
E'en so.
Smelt so? Ha!
E'en so, my lord.
To what base uses we may return, Horatio? What may not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander, till he find it stopping a bunghole?
'Twere to consider too curiously, to consider so.
No, faith, not a jot, but to follow him thither with modesty enough, and likelihood to lead it. As thus Alexander died, Alexander was buried, Alexander returneth to dust. The dust is earth. Of what earth we make loam, and why must that loam? whereto he was converted. Might they not be a stop a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar dead and turned to clay might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that the earth, which keeps the world in awe, should patch a wall to expel the winter flaw. But soft, soft, here comes the king.
Queen, the courtiers, who is this they follow? And with such maimed rites, this doth betoken the coast which they follow with desperate land, for due its own life, 'twas of some estate. Couch we a while and mark.
What ceremony else?
That is Laertes, a very noble youth, Mark.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranties. Her death was doubtful, and, but that great command other sways the order, she should in ground unsanctified have lodged till the last trumpet, for charitable prayers, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she is allowed her virgin crans, her maiden instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should profane the service of the dead, to sing a requiem, and such rest to her as to peace parted souls.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be, when thou liest howling.
What? The fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hope thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewed thy grave.
Oh, trouble, woe, fall 10 times trouble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off the earth awhile, till I have caught her once more in mine arms. Now pile your dust upon the quick and dead, till of this flat mountain you have made, so o'ertop old Pelion or the skies head of blue Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars, and makes them stand like wonder-wounded hearers? This is I, Hamlet the Dane!
The devil take thy soul!
Thou prayest not well. I prithee, take thy fingers from my throat, for thou I'm not splintive and rash. Yet I have something in me dangerous, which will let thy wisdom fear. Hold off thy hand.
Pluck him asunder!
Hamlet! Hamlet! Gentlemen! Good, my lord, be quiet.
Why, I will fight him until this theme my eyelids will no longer wag.
Oh, my son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
Oh, he is mad, Laertes!
For the love of God, forbear him.
Swoon, show me what thou do. Won't weep, won't fight, won't too fast, won't tear thyself, won't drink up easel, eat a crocodile. I'll do it. Thou dost come here to whine, to outface me with leaping in her grave. Be buried quick with her, and so will I. And if thou pirate of mountains, let them throw millions of acres on us till our ground, singing his pate against the burning zone. Make Ossa like a wart. Nay, and thou mouth, I'll rant as well as thou.
This is mere madness, and thus a while the fit will work on him. Anon, as patient as the female dove. When that her golden couplets are disclosed, his silence will sit drooping.
Hear you, sir. What is the reason that you may use me thus? I loved you ever, but it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and dog will have a stick.
I pray you, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience. In our last night's speech, we'll put the matter to the present push. Good Gertrude, set some wash over your side. This grace shall have a living monument, and our quiet shortly shall we see. Till then, in patience, our proceedings. Oh, a pickaxe and a spade for and a shouting sheep. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made for such a guest as meet.
There's another. I made
What is this? Throw up the school!
Do you want to say your line?
Start over. I didn't know it was my turn.
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hope thou shouldst have. Wait. I'm sorry.
We'll just start from the
Yeah, we'll
part.
start. But is it?
Violet Spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
No.
What ceremony else?
That is Laertes, a very noble mark.
No.
Marth. You, Marth. Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hoped thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked. Sweet maid. What?
Sharita!
Okay, we're starting from my lines. I don't care if it's hard.
Yes!
This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul.
Thou prayest not well. I pray.
No!
Yeah. Cheater, it's always
Okay.
you.
Wait,
I love when you fear.
I'll show my sword like doing this.
yeah, okay.
Get your sword.
It's in the kitchen. Go, go,
Hurry
go,
up.
go,
We have to show
go!
our swords like
Go.
doing this.
Take off your shoes!
I bet he did.
Oh, it's still recording.